The war was over, but in some places, silence echoed not peace, but madness. In the misty foothills of the Balkans, there stood a hospital no one remembered. Its ceilings had collapsed, windows shattered, bloodstains dried into the walls. But that night, a man came, Dr. Elias. He was a military doctor, serving through the war's worst days. He had seen thousands of wounds, countless deaths. But his greatest fear was never in flesh. It was in the mind. That's why he came here to this forgotten asylum. He'd heard the reports. Before the war ended, experiments here changed the human mind forever. Lighting his lantern, he stepped inside. His footsteps echoed, blending with unseen ones. Old patient files and faded photos clung to the walls. Anna Weiss, severe trauma. Jonas Richter, paranoid hallucinations. Each name was a story. Then he froze. One file bore his own name. Time stopped. A wind blew, the lantern died. And in the darkness a whisper, "Elias, we've been waiting for you." Elias descended into the basement. The air changed. Rust, mold, and old blood. Above a heavy door, faded letters read, "Experiment Room. No unauthorized entry." Inside, a rusted operating table stood under a flickering bulb. Wires, syringes, and jars filled with strange liquids lined the walls. In the corner, an old voice recorder. He pressed play. A crackling voice spoke. Subject 47, Extreme Consciousness Stimulation Test. If the mind forgets pain, man becomes eternally obedient. Elias's pulse quickened. He touched the stains on the table, still damp. Someone had been here recently. Then a shadow behind him. He turned. No one. A recording slipped from the table. His own handwriting stared back at him. "If you're hearing this, Elias, you completed the experiment." Elias couldn't sleep that night. Whispers echoed down the halls, calling his name. "Elias, you forgot us." He looked into the cracked mirror, but the reflection wasn't his. Eyes hollow, lips trembling. It was his face, but not his soul. A creak from the attic. He climbed the stairs, lantern shaking. Faces were carved into the walls, eyes frozen in silent screams. At the center, a woman's portrait, Anna Weiss. He touched it. The wall cracked open. Behind it, a secret room. Hanging from the ceiling, an old tape. Experiment 48, Dr. Elias's mental endurance test. He wasn't the doctor. He was the subject. In the hidden room, Elias found a door. Symbols were carved on it. A brain, an eye, and a clock. The clock's hands were frozen at 3:17. He opened it and found himself in an operating room. A surgeon stood there, face hidden behind a mask. The surgeon looked at him and said, "The experiment is complete." "Your mind belongs to us now," Elias tried to scream. No sound came. His vision faded to black. When he woke again, he was in another room. In his hand, a notebook. Inside it read, "The hospital will close soon, but the experiments must continue." Every morning, Elias woke in the same room. The corridor, the experiment chamber, the mirror, all the same. Each day replayed itself. One morning, his reflection spoke. "Elias, you are the experiment. There is no escape." And then he understood the hospital wasn't a place. It was his own mind, built from guilt and war and pain. At last, Elias turned off his lantern. A voice whispered, "You don't need to remember anymore." A light grew. The walls melted away. Only a white room remained. On the table, one file, Dr. Elias Richter, Subject 001. He smiled faintly. "It's over," he said. But then, through a speaker. Experiment 49. Commencing. The camera pulled back. The hospital began rebuilding itself,